Let's go over some vocabulary very quickly. Uh, they're very self-explanatory, or well, at least the first two are. The minimum is the least or the smallest value, while the maximum is the greatest or the highest value. To get the range, we're going to get the difference between the lowest and the highest value. Basically, we're going to subtract the minimum from the maximum. So we'll get to see this in a bit. Let's take a look at histograms now. So histograms, similar to a bar graph, are graphical displays that use bars of different heights. However, unlike bar graphs, histograms group data into ranges. And recall that bar graphs group the data into categories. So here we're going to have numerical data. And now we have something called a bin. So a bin, sometimes called a class interval, is a way of sorting data in a histogram. And to get the bins, you basically just get the range and divide it by the number of desired bins. So if you want to separate your data into 8 bins, then you get the range and divide it by 8. If you want to separate your data using 6 bins, then you just divide it by 6, etc., etc. I'll be honest, I technically do not ever use this. I tend to just eyeball it. But here it is if you want to try it, or you can just follow my lead. So let's take a look here. So there's a major difference between histograms and bar graphs. Here's a couple of them. The first one is very obvious. Bar graphs have gaps here. There's gaps. For histograms, there are no gaps whatsoever. The other major difference is that here we have numerical data, and then here we have categorical data. Okay. So please, if you're ever doing a histogram, do not draw it as if it were a bar graph. You will get points deducted, vice versa. So let's take a look at a histogram example here. And let's look at example 2. Daily high temperatures in San Diego during winter, measured in Fahrenheit. So we have a bunch of data, and now we have to sort it out here. Now here we actually already have the bins for us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 bins. And here, to save you some time, your maximum here is 72, and then your minimum is 46. So 72 minus 46, we get a total of 26, and then that 26, since we have again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say we wanted to split this up into 7 bins, we would divide it by 7, and here we would get an approximation of 3.714. So 3.71, I'll leave it as 3.71. So here it's telling us that we can arrange our bins into categories of 3. However, if you take a look here, we actually didn't do that. We did it in fours, right? 40 is less than or equal to 45. There are 4 numbers in between here. So we just rounded it up. So here's how you would use that bin formula, or you can just kind of eyeball it and say, oh, I'm just gonna do it in this fashion here. So just before we start tallying things up, here this symbol means less than, this symbol means less than or equal to. Here this is an interval, and in this interval we have 40. So 40, we have 41, we have 42, and we have 43. Okay, we don't have 45, right? 45 doesn't have that equal to symbol, so we can't include 45 here. The 45 is going to go down in the second interval because here now it has that equal to. Okay, so let's arrange our data, let's tally it up, and then let's get the frequencies. So I'm going to begin tallying these numbers up one by one. So I'm going to start with 63. So 63 is going to go inside let's see, what bin does 63 fit into? Well, 63 is between 60 and 65, so we're gonna tally it up in this bin right here. So we have one tally there. 70 is gonna go, well, 70 can't go here because we don't have the equal to symbol. But look, here we have that equal to symbol, so 70 exists in the last bin right there. So let's tally that one up. 64 is gonna go right here. 71, well, 71 is gonna go right here. It's within 70 and 75 for sure. 62 is gonna go right here in this one. Let's keep on tallying it up. 68 is gonna go right here, so I'm gonna be moving a little bit faster now. 67 is gonna go, wait, 67 is gonna go right here. And here's what I got once I tallied up all of these numbers. So now let's count the frequencies. So we can see that on the first bin we didn't get anything, so here we're gonna get a 0. For the second bin we're gonna get 4. For the third bin we get a 6, frequency of 6. We get 6 here as well. 4, 4, and 3. Now that we have our frequency table, we can draw that histogram using these frequencies and these intervals. So let's draw our histogram, or let's prep it. And here's how we're gonna prep it. So here we have daily high temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit. Here are the intervals, or the bins, and now we're gonna start getting that frequency here. So for 40 through 45 we get 0. So here I'm just gonna highlight it, right? There's no height here, but we're gonna go all the way up to 45 here. We're gonna stop at 45. And now 45 through 49, basically it's this bin 45, and remember the 50 doesn't count, that's why it's going only up to 49 in the representation here. But 45 to 50 we're gonna get 4. So here we're gonna go up all the way to 4, and then we're gonna go up to the next bin, which is this one, 50 to 54. So for the third bin we are gonna go up to 6. So now we're gonna go all the way up to 6, which is about there. We're gonna go down to the next bin, 55, 59, which is also 6. So let's go ahead and label this as well. I'm gonna do this one in pink. Alright, now let's get the third bin, or sorry, the fifth bin. And now for 60 to 65 we're gonna get a 4, a height of 4. So here we're gonna go up to 4. Here I'll do it in white. So 60 to 64 we're gonna get 4 up until we get to the next bin, 65 to 69. And we see that here we're gonna go up to 4. So let's well, we're gonna stay here up to 4. And then the last one, which is 70 to 74, here we get up to 3. So let's get that one up to 3, and that would be your histogram right here. And here I just rearranged these values. I think this is much easier to read. From 45 to 49 is this green. From 50 to 54 is here this blue, etc, etc, etc. Complete this assignment, and I'll see you on the next lesson.